ITN.
It's been a wretched few months for the railways, with all the disruption following the Hatfield crash. Passengers were only just beginning to come back. So how will this disaster affect people's confidence in rail travel? Here's our Consumer Affairs correspondent, Chris Choi.
Passengers at King's Cross tonight, each connected to this disaster by Britain's fastest rail link. They've seen it all before. They're shaken it's happened again. Details of tragedy, information on disruption, safety reassurance, and along the way, confidence is left in tatters.
I think it's a body blow. I think it's terribly unfortunate for the railway and in turn for rail passengers who are clearly going to have to face further disruption on this very important arterial railway line.
After Hatfield, it seemed things could get no worse. Fatal flaws, delays, and then passengers who deserted. In the aftermath of all this came a series of discounts to lure travellers back, even the promise of normal service by Easter. Little chance now. Repair of this embankment, track and power lines at Selby could take 4 weeks. It's timing that leaves the industry dazed. Disaster after disaster punctured action.
Now in the north of England there's been disruptions to passengers a lot, but we thought we were beginning to get back to normal running, and that's our objective. Yes, it is. It's an extraordinary setback for us.
Tonight, this is the rail crash the rail industry has disowned. Key figures say it was a car accident with consequences on the track. But passengers are unlikely to accept such a distinction.
I think the fact that the crashes in the past have happened because of safety has changed the opinions of the rail system in the country.
I think people are going to be very apprehensive on top of all the other things that have happened.
Tonight, there's no room for planned new posters urging us back on the trains. Instead, signs that rock the already appalling image of rail travel in Britain. Chris Choi, ITN.
For the very latest, let's go now to Mark Webster at the scene of the crash. Mark, can you give us a sense of what's going on there tonight?
Well, there's a huge amount of activity here at the scene of the disaster, and it will no doubt go on to a very long night. On the one hand, you've got teams of specialist officers from the police and the fire brigade working down there in the wreckage to try and find the bodies of all those 13 who died and get them out. Now, by looking at our second camera, we can show you just how difficult that task will be. That mass of tangled wreckage was this morning a railway train. Now it's hardly recognisable. We've got to get into those carriages and make sure, as I say, that all those bodies are taken out. At the same time, over to the other side of me, there are diggers working to try and build roads and establish platforms so that tomorrow heavy lifting gear can be brought in. And once all those bodies are removed, they can start to pull some of those railway carriages off the railway line.
Mark, what will be the focus of the inquiry?
Well, undoubtedly we want to find out as quickly as possible if there are any lessons at all to be learned from this extraordinary chain of events. This is clearly not an accident like Hatfield or Paddington where something specific was to blame. But they will want to look at anything and see if there are any lessons that could possibly draw from this to stop something as appalling as this happening again.
Mark Webster, thank you. Now today's other news, starting with an earthquake tonight in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. The tremor captured by television cameras measured nearly 7 on the Richter scale. It set buildings in Seattle swaying and sent office workers running for shelter. There are no reports of injuries, but damage is said to run into billions of dollars. Foot-and-mouth disease continued its inexorable spread across the United Kingdom today, with confirmation of 8 new outbreaks. That's the highest daily figure so far. It lifts the total to 26. Since the virus broke out in Northumberland, it spread to Essex and Devon and 7 other English counties. It's now taken hold in Wales, and tonight it looks as though it's got into Northern Ireland too. Joanne reports.
It's almost certain foot-and-mouth has now spread to Northern Ireland, carried on stock from Carlisle Market. It's all but been confirmed at this farm in South Armagh, which spans the border with the Republic.
I can confirm that on examination at slaughter, some of the sheep presented symptoms which are consistent with foot-and-mouth disease. I have to tell you that it is now my belief that we are looking at an outbreak of this disease in Northern Ireland.
The Irish Taoiseach was in Downing Street seeing the Prime Minister tonight. Bertie Ahern knows foot-and-mouth could spell disaster for Ireland, a country largely dependent on its livestock industry. Another British farm closing its gates today. This farm in Powys and one nearby realising the worst fears of Welsh farmers that foot-and-mouth has taken hold here too. Now the Prince of Wales has joined those pleading for people to stay away from the countryside.
Everyone should try and do everything they can to avoid unnecessary movement around the countryside, to avoid spreading this highly contagious disease. These really are truly desperate times, and my heart goes out to all those who are living in such a state of anxiety.
It was a weary-looking Prime Minister who went to the Commons today.
Coming on top of the problems of BSE and the collapse in certain of the prices, world commodity prices for farm produce, foot-and-mouth disease is a bitter and unfair blow to the farmers.
Just how far this goes was seen as a Cardiff used tyre dealers today. An order from New Zealand was cancelled because of fears of exporting the disease.
Ministers believe they can work out a scheme to allow limited movement of stock by the weekend. They hope that will help farmers, hauliers, supermarkets and the abattoirs. But with a maximum incubation period for this disease of 2 weeks, everyone knows that the days ahead will be hard. Jo Andrews, ITN, Westminster.
There are still no confirmed cases in mainland Europe, although it looks as if we might have exported it there. They're taking ruthless preventative measures. Germany has sealed off 2 farms and is slaughtering 1,500 sheep. France has quarantined 20,000 sheep imported from Britain, and Spain has destroyed more than 500 imported pigs. Our next report is by Adrian Britton.
France has already ordered the slaughter of 20,000 sheep. Now another 30,000 will be killed to fight the threat of a foot-and-mouth outbreak. The cattle markets are still open. As yet, there is no confirmed outbreak of the disease in France, but farmers fear they're teetering on the brink of an epidemic.
We are very afraid because in Belgium and in Holland they are still closed. And we think that it could be the same situation here in France.
The market town of Montpellier, 50 miles north of Paris. Here, the local farmer is at risk of losing his entire livestock of sheep and cattle.
We're not allowed any closer to this farm where scores of sheep are in quarantine after it's believed they came into contact with infected British animals. Such is the epidemic of fear now in France, it's almost certain they'll have to be destroyed.
And in Germany, preventative measures are equally as stringent. This farm in Nuth, which imported 80 British sheep, is under quarantine. The animals slaughtered after developing not the virus, but antibodies to the virus. In Holland, a deer farmer who once prospered rearing an alternative to beef has had all 300 animals shot after importing deer from Britain last month. Across Europe, farmers are preparing their livestock for slaughter, a costly effort to stop a threat becoming a crisis. Adrian Britton, ITN, Northern France.
Football, England played their first match under Sven-Göran Eriksson tonight, an eventful friendly against Spain at Villa Park. Highlights will be on ITV after this news, so if you don't want to know the result, you should look away now. Now the latest on the Canadian baby girl we'll tell you about last night, who survived in the snow in temperatures of minus 24 degrees. The 13-month-old Erica Norrie is making good progress tonight in hospital in Edmonton and has got her appetite back. Her heart had stopped for more than an hour and a half after she wandered out of her house into the snow wearing just a nappy. Doctors said tonight they're hopeful she'll make a full recovery. That's